Alright, so I'm done with that for the evening. I've been sitting here for a little bit, chilling. Washed my hands about 8 times to get all the grease off. Um, so yeah, in the course of about 10 hours, I did pulled off the driver's door of that truck. I removed the hinges and pins. The brackets and pins. The pins, there were 4 of them that I had to hacksaw because I don't have a functioning sawzall or an angle grinder, nor do I have the budget to buy a new tool at this time, but I do have a hacksaw. So I broke 2 blades and then found some more in the garage, so there I am using old 20-year-old hacksaw blades since I was in high school or some shit from some project I did. And busted those out, didn't even realize I had them. You've seen the garage, there's too much shit. I keep finding new stuff, useful things, buy a tool, discover that I already had one. So I used a hacksaw to cut the bottoms of the pins off, and they were a real pain in the ass to get out, but I finally did get them, but I ended up twisting the brackets. So then I had to bend one of the brackets back in place before reinstalling them and then lifting the door up and putting it on, and then I had to fiddle with the latch to make sure that the door latch would work correctly. When I had pried the door open and hit the lock, it had done some double lock over thing. Makes it impossible to close the door. I don't know if this is an anti-theft thing or not. Anti-theft. You didn't learn this in theft. Okay, I'll stop doing that. So anyways, I did that. I got that done. I was running the truck the whole time to get ready for the oil change, and then the wife had to go to work. I had to run to town first, pick the stepson up, using the only functional vehicle. So I took my truck in, got him, came back. She took the truck to work. So there I was, decided I was going to go do the U-joints and the oil change, and all the oil for both changes, plus both filters for both trucks, is in the bed of the Ford that she took to town. So then I did the U-joint. I've documented the U-joint. You saw that whole bit. Took shrapnel. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit proud of myself today. I did good. I'm very happy about being able to do this kind of work. Just to kind of break it down for you, the U-joints cost me about $26 a piece. The one joint I had bought about a year and a half ago. Last time I had to change one, I bought both and ended up not having to do both. And so this time I just did both because the other one was getting old. So anyways, I already had the one. It's $26.99 for the other one. The door hinge kit was about $50, $55. The other pin set was like $10 or something. It's not that expensive. Oil change was like $6.99 for a quart, and then a 5-quart bottle with a filter had a deal on it for like $32.99 or something. So it was less than $40 for the oil change per vehicle. So see, the truck door handle is about $10. I got to do that tomorrow. That's easy peasy. But anyways, as far as the shit that you definitely would like, your average vehicle owner who's not mechanically inclined would have to take to a repair shop or whatever. It started with the keys being locked in the vehicle. It cost about $75 to have the locksmith come unlock the truck. I did that for free. But then it cost me the repair of the hinge on the door. So for what probably would have come to about $300 or $350 at a body shop, depending on how much work they were having to do, there's a bracket on the inside of the vehicle attached to the body that probably is going to have to be re-welded at some point, but right now it's okay. But there's a little bit of there's one spot on the if I hadn't fixed the door, it would have gotten to the point where that definitely would have had to happen. So save myself some money there. So I don't know, maybe $150 to $350 depending on what body shop and what they say needs done. It was really straightforward. It was 3 bolts and 2 pigtail connectors to unplug, and then you just lift it off of 4 pins, and you very gently find a place to set the door that ain't going to scratch your paint, and then fight with the shit for a minute. It really didn't take me that long, a couple hours tops, and it was all done. Maybe an hour and a half. But anyways, yeah, so I saved myself a couple $100 of shop time in that. Saved myself $75 on the locksmith. The brakes I'm doing tomorrow. The pads. Shit, the pads are like $35, I think. I bought those a year or two ago. Forgot I had them. Bought another set of pads. Had put them on the truck and run through them now. And I got these ones here. So again, it's not something I spent right now. They just sit and wait. Um, so I do this though. I hook myself up in advance on purpose. If I've got the money and I know that the cash flow is good, I'll get an excess of all the parts I need, even if I don't have to replace them all. And then the next time I go around through the repairs, I've already got some of the parts. And maybe if, like right now, I don't have as much money on hand and can just buy all the shit, I've already got some of the things I need. Call it foresight, call it whatever, advanced planning. So, anyways, save myself. Oil change comes to. Somebody on the road. Oil change comes to, I don't know, $50, $60 depending on where you go, or they use some bullshit oil or a bad filter. I got a good filter. So anyways, I don't know, I guess breaking even on the oil change. Doing the brakes, it's like $100 a side or something, $80 a side for pads, maybe 50. I don't know, it just depends on where you go. So anyways, this shit all cost me very little compared to what you get charged at a garage. And again, most of these, there's no more than 4, maybe 5 bolts at the absolute most. There was 3 bolts I had to take the door off, and just other things to know about. Doing the brakes, same thing. There's 2 bolts I'll have to mess with, other than the 5 lug nuts, to be able to take the thing off and switch the pads. Doing the U-joint, that was 4 bolts, and then having to know how to use the pressing or hammering to get the caps out, and the things you got to be careful of to put it back together and do it right. Like I said, no more than 5 bolts on any given repair job of any particular item or thing that needs replaced, taken off, changed, or fixed on a vehicle. Just don't let it intimidate you. It's that easy. So anyways, yeah, saved money, made my wife happy. Gives me something to do. A couple things I got to check off. I got a pretty extensive checklist of projects to accomplish as long as I'm staying home and not working. So couple of decent ones on there. I got a couple decent ones more. A couple other things to add to the list, but almost as quick as I get them onto the list, I'm going to check them off tomorrow. New headlights for both vehicles. Going to have to look into tailgate latch for the wife's truck. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the summary of the day's repairs, and I'll probably have hopefully a better charged phone and be able to show some progress that I make doing work tomorrow as well. So to everyone watching this, all none of you, have a good evening.